Disclaimer: the following narrative is based on open source reports and public claims.
The Russian front line today isn't moving fast. No dramatic breakthroughs, no sudden collapse. But don't get it wrong, it is moving, slow, measured, relentless. And in modern warfare, that's enough to change everything. Because victory doesn't always come from speed. Sometimes it comes from never stopping. At first glance, it looks like stagnation. It's not. This is deliberate. Russia isn't rushing. They're not chasing headlines. They're chasing ground. Every meter is calculated. Every move is considered. No large push without purpose. Because one major mistake can erase weeks of progress. So they slow it down. Colder, more patient. Why slow? Because the battlefield is saturated. Landmines, layered trenches, hidden firing positions, and above all, drones. Always watching, always waiting. The moment movement is detected, artillery responds. Fast, precise, unforgiving. In this environment, speed is not an advantage, it's a liability. So they adapt. Large units break into smaller teams. They move in, not to break through immediately, but to probe. They test defenses, trigger responses, expose positions. Then the follow-up comes, more accurate, more focused. Then they pull back and repeat. This isn't blitzkrieg. This is erosion. And erosion doesn't look dramatic, but it works. From the outside, not much seems to change. Maps look the same. Lines appear frozen. But on the ground, it's different. Trenches change hands. Firing positions disappear. Safe zones shrink. The changes are small, but they're real. And small gains add up. Ukraine is not passive. They fight back, hard, fast, often aggressively. Every Russian push is usually met with resistance. Artillery for artillery, drones for drones. But a pattern is emerging. Too often, the response is reactive. They absorb, then respond. And in modern warfare, the side that reacts is usually one step behind. Constant defense comes at a cost. Troops get tired, rotations tighten, logistics stretch thin, positions have to be held longer, units carry heavier loads, and when rotation slows down, fatigue sets in, reactions slow, mistakes creep in, and on the front line, small mistakes are never small. This is no longer just a ground war, it's constant from above. Recon drones, loitering munitions, artillery spotters, working together. One finds the target, one confirms it, one destroys it. A cycle. Find, fix, strike, repeat, non-stop. Both sides use drones. Both sides are effective, but not identical. Russia appears more consistent. Targets are identified, then hit quickly. Coordinated, integrated, repeatable. Ukraine remains capable, in many cases, highly innovative, but not always synchronized at scale. Sometimes highly effective, sometimes fragmented, and inconsistency, over time, becomes a weakness. Then comes the oldest factor in war: weather. Rain falls, ground turns to mud, heavy vehicles stall, movement slows. This usually favors the defender. Attacking becomes harder. But again, Russia keeps moving, not fast, but not stopping. And that matters. Pressure isn't just physical, it's time. Imagine holding the same position for days, always watched, always exposed, always waiting. No real safe moment, no real break. That wears you down, slowly, quietly, and often more effectively than direct fire. Now the picture becomes clear. This isn't a fast war, it's a war of endurance. Not who wins today, but who's still standing later. Russia seems to be playing that game, accepting small gains as long as they're steady, accepting limited losses as long as pressure continues. It's not spectacular, but over time, it can be effective. But this strategy isn't risk-free. It's expensive, time-consuming, resource-intensive, demanding discipline. If the rhythm breaks, the system weakens. And if the opponent finds a way to disrupt the cycle, the advantage can disappear quickly. Ukraine is still holding, still fighting, still capable, but the pressure is building, and without a shift in tempo, defense can turn into exhaustion, not a sudden collapse, but a gradual decline, and that is harder to recover from. The front line is never truly static. It moves, even when it looks frozen. And slow advance doesn't mean insignificant. It means constant pressure, no pause, no relief. And under that kind of pressure, every single day matters. Now it comes back to you. Does this slow strategy decide the outcome? Or does it drag both sides into a long stalemate? Drop your thoughts, because in conflicts like this, understanding the pattern matters as much as the result. And if you want analysis that cuts straight to the point, stay right here.